Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I'm really excited to share with you some cutting edge analysis that me and Coach Gibson Piper did looking at every half-court possession in the Miami Heat's 2014 playoff campaign up till now. And you have to go to BBallBreakdown.com for the companion article because it has a lot more information and more analysis and charts. Speaking of the charts, these are not shooting charts where you see what his results were from shooting in certain spots. These charts are looking at where LeBron starts in the half-court set. And I think that this has ramifications across the entire board because now we can look at how well LeBron does when he starts at the elbow versus the corner versus the other corner. And when the defenses are looking at that and they don't know where he's going to attack from, it's a lot harder to key in on him, and this would generate easier shots for him. I think you'll be surprised what we came up with, and here it is.
Let's start by looking at the position on the court LeBron attacks from most. We painstakingly charted where he started in every half-court possession throughout the playoffs, and you can already get a sense that the Heat do a very good job spreading him out and attacking from a lot of different spots. In this chart, you'll see that he gets most of his shots when starting at the top of the key. However, it's where he shoots the worst by far. Some of this has to do with the end of quarter isolations. However, attacking from the top without a lot of movement allows the defense to get in better position to stop the shot. LeBron tended to get pick and rolls out on top, and he has a variety of ways to finish once he gets by his man and into the paint. The Heat were also able to force switches on top, allowing LeBron to take advantage of mismatches going to the hoop. After top of the key, LeBron got his most shots when starting at the right wing, and notice that this is where he was best from three-point land. On this possession, you can see how he is merely a spot-up shooter in this formation, allowing him to do his best Ray Allen impersonation. Next up is the left wing, where he shot relatively few three-pointers, primarily because getting the ball on the left wing allows him to penetrate to the middle of the floor with his dominant right hand. Here's a good example of him splitting the pick and roll with a strong right-to-left crossover and finishing at the rim. One position that I feel he is most devastating is from the left elbow. Rarely does he get a three-point shot when he starts there, primarily because it's usually a horn set and there's no reason to shoot from distance when you're only one dribble away from the hoop and your other four teammates cutting and occupying the help defense. You can see the Pacers made it a priority to stop the entry pass to him, but a quick ball screen frees him up for his deadly mid-range game. Now let's look at the progression from series to series. In round 1, he completely dominated the Bobcats and was free to roam around the court wherever he chose. There are slight hot spots on the left elbow and right corner, again indicating a lot of the horn sets they like to run. Here's an example, and while he turns it over, watch how much movement they get for him. A catch on the high post, then flared to the left wing, a pitch back out on top, where he sets a ball screen, then gets a flare screen on the right side of the floor. That's an awful lot of movement that tends to get you open shots. And watch how Horns gets him a face-up at the left elbow, then flows into a pick and roll in the corner. The roll allows him to command good post-up position on the left block, and he generates points by getting to the free throw line. Let's morph the Bobcats chart into the Nets chart to see the changes in the Heat attack. You can see he relied a lot more on the left block to post up smaller players, but also increased all his low post and high post attacks. Against the Nets, LeBron was content to bring the ball up and go right at his weaker opponents, backing them down and attacking the hoop. And finally, let's see how he progressed in his initial position from round 2 to the conference finals against Indiana. There's a distinct increase in top of the key possessions, indicating that he wanted to attack with high pick and rolls and bring Hibbert away from the basket. But again, this led to his toughest shots, and his field goal percentage suffered accordingly. So, what does all this mean for the coaching staffs? This kind of analysis is important for both sides, since Eric Spoelstra can quickly see if they're mixing up LeBron's point of attack enough and perhaps eliminate certain plays that just aren't working for them. And Greg Popovich would certainly like a heads up at the very beginning of a possession before the Heat's offense causes havoc to lure LeBron into those areas he's most uncomfortable.
So there you have it, sports fans. Really fascinating stuff, and I'm really excited to be able to do more of this, especially in the finals. I think that we're going to see a lot more of that left elbow from LeBron because personally, I think that Coach Spoelstra has been hiding a lot of his best sets for the finals for fear of somebody scouting them and knowing them and being prepared too early. So I think that we're going to see a lot more of LeBron on the left elbow and attacking from the corners out of horns. So keep your eyes out for that. And also what becomes really interesting is when we start to compare how Kevin Durant will attack or Carmelo Anthony compared to LeBron James. Then we get to build up a baseline. Just how common is it for these elite scorers to move around the court, or are they stuck in the mud attacking from the same spot over and over again, making their shots that much harder? Well, thanks for joining us, sports fans. Lots more coming up. I'll be in Miami for games 3 and 4, live reporting and a lot of great stuff, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?